everyone, Joshua Hanlon here at Bricks Cascade 2022 in Portland, Oregon, and behind me is the massive Jurassic Park collaborative layout. Now, we've covered a few different versions of this over the years, but this year it's bigger and better than ever before. So we're going to have a whole bunch of the builders showing us around this layout, starting right here with James Ritzman and kind of the visitor center. So tell us about what you've got here.
Hey guys, great to see you again. Yeah, we've been on your channel a couple times and it's been different every time. We've just have this we've got a group of people here that just love the Jurassic Park franchise. And so, well, I'll start out. This is when visitors arrive at Isla Nublar. They go right through the visitor center, and we've got some little call outs from some of the movies here. And then from there, they'll take them out to Main Street. So yeah, this is where the magic begins and the park opens up.
And I should mention as well, I think there's 450 dinosaurs in this entire layout, and you'll see tons of different versions of them, and something like 450, 500 base plates or something like that in the entire thing.
Yeah, and it's not, to be completely honest, it's a little bit chaotic in that we kind of do a lot of the build here on site. We're just kind of a loose group of friends that try to get together and say, hey, can we make it as fun and exciting as possible there? Bring our builds and then kind of make them all come together.
There we go. I love it. Perfect. Well, then we'll keep making our way through here. So we've got the next builder. If you want to kind of tell us what your role is at the park, introduce yourself here.
Hey guys, I'm Fergus. I'm part of emergency response here in the park. Right here, this is our first part of the park here. It's Main Street, inspired by Jurassic World there, going from down there at the visitor center all the way back here to the gates. We've got the clothing shop boutique there. We've got the ice cream, the theater there, so you can get down, watch a movie, book, and then you can move on next. You can book a tour, go out through the park, And then we got Dino Bites restaurant. We got the all-important gift shop there. Get all your dinosaur-inspired merchandise. Maybe sit down here at the next building, the arcade, play a couple of video games. Shop at the Lego store, of course, here.
I love that dinosaur head with the brick.
Thank you, yeah. And then the last building here, you grab a coffee, and then you'll move on through the gates and into the park and start your adventure.
So tell us a little bit more about some of the minifigure scenes. Kind of what do we have going on here? Because there's lots of action out front.
Well, we have a bunch gathered up at the clothing store there, and they're all on the baby dinosaurs having a nice little ride there. And then as you get a little further down the line, you have Owen. He's doing some sweet stunts on his motorbike in downtown here. As we get a little bit further, we realize that we have a little bit of a containment breach here. And so Claire is there feeding the raptor on the Dino Bites. And then we've got our ACU squad here trying to round them all up. But we've also got a couple of curious Dilophosaurus going into the Starbucks coffee shop trying to get a little bit of Java,
There we go. I love it. Thank you so much. We'll keep moving through the park here then. So what do you do here at the park?
I'm Park Ranger Daryl Clifford. Let's see. So over here we got the carnivore pit. Got carnivores eating carnivores, breaking out, all the good typical Jurassic Parky stuff. We do have the Sky Tram going, which is mostly reliable. Okay, that's enough. Look, don't look at it anymore. Just don't breathe hard. We got our carnivores breaking out, train going around, little raptor pen. We got couple of the vegetarians over here for some reason. Not really sure what they're thinking. Yeah, just a couple of the iconic scenes. We got our porta potty and our crushed, spare no expense Ford Explorer, and that's about all we got down to here.
Take us through some of your favorite dinos here in the pen and kind of some of the action we've got going on.
All right. Well, I actually just like that there's so many of them. I have 2 T-Rexes at home, I think, and he bought them all. The Indominus, of course, is a unicorn in the Lego world. I just like that the whole scene is very cohesive and runs together for how many people we got putting this on. It goes together quite well.
I like the use of the sausage piece here in this scene. Yep. That adds a lot of messiness to the build.
Yes, the intestines. And I didn't build it, but I like this truck here with the little bucket. Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorites on here.
That's that person's in bad shape there.
Yeah, he's safe now, but he's got nowhere to go.
And the little skyway is running smoothly there. Look at it; it's flawless so far.
So far, it is. It's a little finicky, and we've been babysitting it all day, but it's going. Yeah.
Fantastic. We'll round the corner here then. And who do we have next here?
How's it going? I'm Davey. I'm a Jurassic Park ranger. Here back again with my train. We're still doing Jurassic Tours, getting people around the park. And for the first time, we've actually got a longer track here, so we get to show off the train a little bit more. No changes with the train. It's still running great, except we added another Raptor that's chasing it along, because we call it Meals on Wheels, if you remember. So the longer track here was a lot of fun to add to it, which brings me to my brother here. We added a new thing to the park.
Okay.
All right, we finally got the tram station for the train. Train is where this all started several years ago, and finally brought in the Jurassic Tours train station so that the visitors can get on and off the train. So adding to that, and then we got Dave brought in some bunkers, and we're kind of just keep on adding each one of these different builds and then put them together. Drew and his Raptor pen, which is absolutely stunning. Love that one. And then the helipad down at the end there. So adding more and more builds each time and makes it exciting.
Tell us a little bit about the train station here. I like the design, the architectural look here.
So what happened was, last convention, I ended up picking up the two pieces here that make the bulk of this from one of the vendors, and I was able to get a cup of each of those, saying to myself, I'm going to build a Jurassic Park building with those pieces. Well, I forgot about them until about 2 weeks ago and said, oh, I need to build that building, and here it is. I tried to do the grass thatch roof kind of look, double pitch, and that's what we kind of like how it turned out.
I love it. I love even the nice flowers, kind of landscaping leading up to it. Everything creates a really nice scene.
Yeah, nice open air. It's a tour. You're hopping on the train to go tour the park. Add into the whole display here.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. So then we'll keep moving down here. And who do we have next?
I'm Andrew. I'm the park electrician here at Jurassic Park. And right here we're looking at the gyrosphere ride. This was created by one of our builders, Ben. It actually works really well. It's hasn't failed much during the convention.
I remember in years past, this one was a little bit of a struggle. So has it been updated a little bit?
Yeah, and it's been working pretty well throughout the day. And down here on the ground, we have a gyrosphere that fell off the track and was attacked by a dinosaur. And then moving around the corner, we've got some more Jurassic Park Jeeps. I'm going to pass it off to our next member of our team.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Naomi, and I'm in charge of veterinary services here. And as you can see, we have the veterinary services building, and over here we have the Jurassic Park incubators. And of course, we have to have a helicopter to chopper in the dinosaurs to and from the island whenever they get sick. And then as we continue on, we have, as you can see, we have some maintenance people who are making sure that we have all the foliage that's needed for the park. We have another mini visitor center over here. We have the mosasaur for a little bit of entertainment for the water-loving dinosaurs, of course. And then you gotta have a volcano. And we just happen to be in volcano season where it happens to be erupting. So we are, and of course, since it's warmer, it's much better for the dinosaurs when they're laying their eggs. And then over here we have the trailers, which I think Kai will be helping you with.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I am Kai. I am the head maintenance engineer here at Jurassic Park. Over here we have one of our wonderful emergency bunkers. That's a good thing. Over here is our Jurassic Trailer Park. Don't worry about the canned food there. We're going to be moving on over here, where over here me and Dave have worked on, we usually work in this area over here. So I'll have Dave take over for a little bit, and then I'll come.
Before we move on real quick, do you want to point out some of the details in the trailer park area here? What are some of your favorite elements there?
So we have Owen's place from Jurassic World. We have our wonderful canned food over there that I've already mentioned. There's some overgrown trailers because people have been here a little bit. We have another one of our 5, I believe, helipads that we have here. You have to get somewhere on the island. So, yeah.
That's great. You got to have the cargo space.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll pass you off to Dave for a moment so he can talk about your builds, and then I'll be back for a little bit.
Okay.
All
right. I'm Dave Morgan. I'm in charge of the ranger station and safety services here at the park.
Very important job.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want this any more minifigs getting eaten than we can avoid, you know. so this is my ranger station, which I built. It's was heavily inspired. Well, actually, it was basically built off of a ranger station in the video game Jurassic World Evolution. James Richmond actually told me to go look in the game to get ideas, and this was a great one. This took me a long time to do, but I really like how it came out. It has a tanker down there, which was originally a rail car tanker, and I modified it to be just standalone on the ground. Built a couple of Jeeps that follow the specs that we're using in the rest of the park. And it's just a lot of fun. It's got a shooting range up here. My favorite feature, though, is the tower, the observation tower. I had a lot of fun with that. I used new pieces I haven't used before, and I just like lots of glass, so that was fun.
Sure, yeah, and kind of unique. You got kind of the cross-section steel area there almost.
Yeah, I've not used those girder pieces before either, and it was a lot of fun. Plus, we've used this tubing for the electric fences, and I have a bunch of it on the back there. Maybe John can get a shot of that later, but there's some stairs on the back, and I've used that tubing for railing. And it's a little hard to build, but it came out looking really good.
Yeah. And then is this like a security camera here with the dinosaurs?
Yeah, there's cameras all over the place. There's lights all over the place, but yeah, that's a security camera. And then the other thing I built one of these, and then James looked at it and went, wow, that's cool. Can you build 2 more? So I built 3. It's an emergency shelter. This was also modeled after something in the Jurassic World Evolution. And it's interesting. A lot of people have said, is that a Star Wars indoor bunker? But, you know, I think it works great in here. It's got a lot of really neat lines and curves. I had a lot of fun. I had to use a ton of jumpers to get that offset look there on the roof. And I learned a lot by doing that. And it was kind of fun having the tiered entrance in there.
Right, it's not just kind of one flat bunker wall, yeah.
Yeah, so it has a lot of shapes and sizes, and it was a lot of fun to learn. And then I used more of that tubing that I was talking about here on the top just for greebling. So that's all I have. Now we want to go back to Kai for his building.
Perfect. I'll come back around the corner here, and we'll check out some more of the layout back here.
So here is my engine facility that we have. What's really cool about it is that it looks great on the outside, and obviously there's lights in it. But obviously, you know, it's on an island, so we had to have our solar power and radio communications. But it's also able to come apart, and it's fully interiorized. So there's a full interior on the inside, on all levels. It all comes apart, easy for transportation on 3 base plates. And then in here is something I think you guys will really love. Because if you look on the back wall closest to me, there's a wonderful little sticker in there that I got from you guys in 2020.
Awesome. I love it. Yes. I didn't even know that was there, but it's so cool to see all the interior. I love when people add interiors here. So
the great thing is this is not sponsored at all, obviously, but I use brick stuff lighting, and they have these cool pads right here, which go with these pins right here, which like make it so that the lights don't have to be attached to the layers, so that then you can just like plop it back down, and you don't have to worry about wires getting caught or anything like that. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then
ease of use there.
Ease of use is totally great. And then over here, mind all of that, is our Jurassic Kitty Park by Patrick, I believe. It's great. We obviously have our dinosaur rides and a play park. You know, everybody's waiting to get on these dinosaurs for a ride. I don't know why, but they're there having fun. So yeah.
This is so much fun here. So I think that then kind of takes us back to the beginning here. And Dave, actually, if you want to stick with me for a minute, kind of give an overview. So I know you guys have been working on this for a lot of different years. So talk about kind of some of the way that this gets laid out and some of the changes that have happened over the years.
Yeah, it's very interesting. We start by bringing everyone's mocks in, and we just kind of place them where we think they'll look best and cohesive to all the group. And then we lay down base plates, and we used a lot of base plates. They actually ran out of base plates, but I brought 80 more base plates this year. And they said, you brought them? Okay, so we laid them down. And then we start filling them with foliage. And there is a lot of foliage here. And, you know, we just plop down trees. Everybody, like, Bob brings buckets of trees. I brought some buckets of trees. We make these leaf pieces, and I've got bright light orange flowers. Bob has blue flowers, so we know whose is whose. And we just start plopping them down. And we spent all day yesterday. There was probably 3 or 4 of us spending all day yesterday putting down foliage. But that's what really makes it start to pop. And, you know, it's gotten a lot bigger than even it did 2 years ago. And we're looking to do a different layout every year just so that, you know, add some variety. A lot of the mocks will be the same, but the shape is always different, and we're just hoping to keep making it as big as we possibly can. I think James said at one point we want to make it so big that we get a cease and desist order from from the studio.
I imagine one of the really fun things about this layout is also the dinosaurs themselves, kind of laying those out. And like you said, it's different every time, so you can kind of have different scenes and things going on throughout the whole layout.
Yeah, and I think this has been mentioned before, but all the dinosaurs here are provided by Bob. Bob Day is one of the people who started Bricks Cascade, and this is his passion. And we don't bring any dinosaurs because they're all his. And I don't know how many there. Oh no, there's 444 dinosaurs. That's right, I remember that. Kai counted them. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. This is actually the first time I've been officially involved with it. I helped on it a little bit last year, but this is my first time, and I've learned a lot about how it all works. And it is a fun collab, and we're just hoping to keep making it bigger every year.
Yeah. No, that is absolutely phenomenal, and everyone has done such a fantastic job. I love how immersive the whole experience is as well, kind of how passionate everyone is, how much fun it is. I think these types of collaborative layouts really capture a lot of that fun and creativity that can be had by doing these in-person conventions and all getting together and displaying. So everyone does such good work here, and I really appreciate you guys all taking us through it.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Joshua.